Hello and welcome back to the Statman Dave YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at 3 tactical tweaks Manchester United should make. This video is brought to you with Coral. If you're new to the Statman Dave YouTube channel, make sure you hit subscribe and turn the notification bell on. Anyway, like that goddamn video and let's get this party started. This season, Solskjaer has lined United up in a 4-2-3-1 and we'll be using that as a base to work from. First up, we have to talk about width in the final third. Attacking with width is a key principle in football. It means not only does the defence have to cover a greater distance, but it also creates overload opportunities through switches of play. Manchester United have set up in a 3-2-5 in attack to maximise the effectiveness of this principle. We can see it in action for Manchester United's goal against Crystal Palace. United have 5 attackers spread over the pitch. Greenwood wide right, Martial inside right, Rashford at striker, James inside left and Young wide left. Ole's men create the opportunity through a quick 1-2 touch passing move, moving the point of attack from right to left in 4 passes to create an overload. James cuts in and scores. If we take it back because of United's superior width, Martin Kelly has 3 players to deal with on the back post. He is drawn into Rashford, who plays a 1 touch to lay the ball off, which creates space for James to finish. This is exactly the right way to attack in modern football. Ole and the coaching staff have created a fine attacking structure to open teams up. The first tweak I'd make to this is not in structure but in personnel. Wan-Bissaka has had a fine start to his Manchester United career. He's excelled in the defensive sense, winning 16 out of his 19 tackles in the Premier League this season, adding much needed aggression to Manchester United's defensive third. His ability to nullify the opponent's left winger is elite. But Wan-Bissaka has frequently found himself in the wide right position in the final third, as seen by the stats. Wan-Bissaka has completed more passes in the final third than any other Manchester United player. This isn't necessarily a problem, but you'd prefer a more naturally attacking player with the ball in that area, and this is the first tweak United should make. They should focus on getting their wingers into the wide positions in the 3-2-5 shape. This would give Ole 2 players out wide who are proficient with the ball at their feet in the 1v1 situation, thus consequently causing a reaction from their opponents. Either leave the fullback to deal with the 1v1 attack, or they have to cover the pitch, shifting their midfield. If they take the first option, United will need to load the box with 3 players, 1 near post, 1 far post, 1 delayed on the penalty spot or edge of the area, due to the ability of Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, James, Chong and Delo, who can all play out wide. You'd expect United to get crosses into the box after the fullback has been beaten, causing the defence even more problems. The key to opening up big no-nonsense defenders is making them move, not allowing them to get set. With the fullback beat, the centre-backs will have to turn, retreat and reposition, and they'll be open up to a cutback, to a delayed player, or even a blindside run from one of the forwards. Alternatively, if the opponent reacts to cover to deal with the 1v1, then space will be opened up centrally or on the switch. With the opposition's defence shifting to one wing, the option of switching the play and creating an overload is on, with the attacking width held up front. And more on using that central space later with Paul Pogba. And finally, playing a forward wide right would allow Wan-Bissaka to be in a defensive position ready for the transition. Wan-Bissaka excels in this role. If teams beat United's press and switch the ball out, he has the ability to cover the ground and nullify the opponent's winger, and is a defensive insurance that Manchester United need. And if you think Wan-Bissaka's defensive ability, like me, is going to get Manchester United into the top 4, Coral have got some great odds for you. Jump into the link in the description below for the market for who is going to make the top 4 in the Premier League. United a great shout, and if you want to dive in there, Leicester City and Everton could be the outsiders. Everton have started very well in the Premier League, conceding the 2nd fewest shots per game. And of course, Leicester City have James Maddison. What a player he is. Of course, gamble responsibly. Terms and conditions do apply on the Coral website, and you've got to be over 18 to get involved. The next week is United need to be more patient in the final third. They need to be more comfortable in possession to allow more complex movement and thus create chances. We can already see signs that the possession play Ole and the coaching staff are trying to instill in the first team is coming through. Take Manchester United's goal versus Wolves. Wan-Bissaka wins the ball. Then the play is switched through Pogba. With Shaw on the ball, United create a triangle with Shaw, McTominay and Lingard. The ball is rotated through that triangle, drawing pressure first from Dendoncker, opening up space behind him and then pulling Matt Doherty out wide. This subsequently allows Lingard to pick up a pocket of space, turn play forward to Rashford. The curve run from Anthony Martial means that the straight fast pass from Rashford is on, and because of this movement, Martial has that yard to get the shot away. So United can do it, but they need to do it a little bit more consistently. Creating the triangles in midfield can not only help recycling possession, but makes playing through the lines much easier, as we saw in the Wolves goal. The quickest and most effective way to increase the number of triangles you can create in possession is by getting more possession-based players in the team. Against bottom half opposition, getting both Wan-Bissaka and Angel Gomez into the starting 11, or even bringing them on as a double substitution, could be key. From United's attacking shape, the 3-2-5 we mentioned earlier, triangles could be created a number of ways, such as through the same side midfielder, fullback and winger, or the inside forward, central midfielder and fullback, or even the attacking midfielder, central midfielder and the fullback. And in the left wing and left inside forward positions, Gomez and Mata will be able to create these initial triangles freely and could be a direct threat, as we saw in pre-season against Spurs. Gomez with the ball on the left has a triangle formed by the supporting Shaw and Mata, creating a short diagonal option. Gomez plays it to Shaw, who in turn plays it to Mata. Mata gives him the ball back, makes a run, creating the space for Gomez to move into. Shaw plays the ball to Gomez, who drives, plays a 1-2 with Wan-Bissaka before smartly finishing. An all-round great team goal. But in terms of an indirect threat, once the play progresses into the final third, Gomez and Mata could link directly and coax stubborn opposition out of shape, opening up space for the forwards to exploit. Like what we saw against Wolves, a curved run into the channel behind the defenders that can be simply found by a straight ball, taking out the need for a low chance pass. Martial's curved run for this goal against Wolves not only kept him onside, but the movement naturally makes it difficult for defenders to block this shot, which means early finishes before the keeper is set are absolutely on. If pacey forwards like Martial, Rashford, James and even Greenwood and Chong, if given minutes, can start making more of these runs, and it will cause problems for the opposition and will lead to more goals. And the final tweak is to get Paul Pogba higher up the pitch. In this system, this could be done in two ways. The first is defining central midfield roles, using Scott McTominay as the more reserved player and Paul Pogba as the advanced box-to-box. What this would mean is that when United transition into an attacking shape, regardless of which flank was being attacked, McTominay would sit in the 2 and Paul Pogba would join the 5. Keeping Pogba in the pivot also allows him to make use of his long-range passing and powerful surges from deep into this number 10 area, both which were devastating against Chelsea. His assist showcased his passing with a wonderful ball over the top, putting Rashford into finish, whilst his second showcased his ball carrying. Following a free kick, McTominay played Pogba down the line. He played a 1-2 with Martial, drove to the edge of the box before playing in Dan James to score. Keeping Pogba deep would be great against sides in the bottom half of the league and could get another attacker in the team. But against tougher opposition, Ole could push Pogba into number 10. We saw in Ole's first 9 Premier League games last season that when Pogba was deployed higher up the pitch, it could be unplayable, with the Frenchman being directly involved in 13 goals in those 9 appearances. This would open up the door for United to get the best double pivot in from last season, McTominay and Fred. McTominay operating as the box-to-box midfielder, using his energy and ability to read the game, to regain possession and launch counter-attacks. The Scottish international won 90% of his tackles in the Premier League last season, the best rate of any midfielder to play over 600 minutes, whilst his partner Fred would be more of the sitter, winning possession back and passing the ball from deep through switches of play and simple line-breaking passes. It's a role he could excel in, as shown by the stats. In the Premier League last season, Fred won more possession and passed more into the final third per game than any other Manchester United player. On top of that, he can pass long in top competitions. In the last 3 Champions League campaigns, Fred has averaged 4.5, 5.4 and 4.7 long balls per game. McTominay and Fred on paper are the perfect double pivot to support Pogba. But whether this would improve Manchester United in practice remains to be seen. An alternative could be Jimmy Garner. The Manchester United youngster is ready for the first team and could slot into the first team defensive midfield position after some stellar performances for the under-23s, in which they're yet to concede a goal, whilst he's been directly involved in 1.3 goals per game from defensive midfield. Just to conclude, the signs are there that Manchester United are progressing tactically under Solskjaer. A few tweaks could start to see United carve teams open. I'll leave you with a recent Gary Neville quote on the defeat to Crystal Palace. They're the type of results you get when you're trying to develop and change and transition out of one culture to another. All United have to do is remain patient and stick to what they're doing. But anyway guys, what do you think? Would these tweaks improve Manchester United? Let me know in the comments below. I've of course been Statman Dave. Subscribe if you're new, like that goddamn video. See you later. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, why not check out some more content on the Statman Dave YouTube channel.